Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 214 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I go through this account's progress every week, go through all the characters, ships, mods, Datacrons, everything I'm doing with the account so that y'all can follow along. Please remember, as we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave comments down below. All of those things do help me. They help the channel, and I would appreciate it if you could help me out. All right, in terms of progress for this week. Our relic target was Night Trooper, and we did indeed get that character to 7 stars. So we're going to promote, and we're going to take him to Gear 12. And we do have enough materials here, no problem. Go to Gear 13. All right, let's start taking the relic levels up. And we'll be able to take this character to relic level 5. I think most people in the mid-game situation like myself, if you can relic a character every week, you'd be able to get one character to relic 5 or so, but you can't get these characters all the way to relic 7, or at least I can't do a relic 7 character every week. So here we got Night Trooper. It does need to be relic 7 for the Galactic Legend Ahsoka journey, so still some work to do there. No problem, we'll get that later. We also have enough materials to bring Katarn to relic levels, and we'll just take him to relic 1. That uses up carbonite circuit boards, but it doesn't use up bronzium wiring or signal data or other important stuff that I need for the Galactic Legend Ahsoka characters. We can also take Luthen here to Gear 12. We have the Cairo to do that, and we'll look to take him also to relic 1 in the coming weeks. We'll establish a team that can go under Mon Mothma with Luthen. Mods for the week. We got quite a few gray mods, and I do get quite a few hits on speed. So we get 10 there, but it doesn't work out. We get 10 here, but it doesn't work out. We get 8 here, but it doesn't work out. So I get a lot of initial hits on speed this week, but not really many mods that turn into decent ones. I do get an arrow here that gets the 3rd hit, but it's a offense arrow with a health % main stat, which I don't really need on a character right now, so we'll put it in inventory. If we use it later, we'll slice it up. But the rest of these mods we either miss or we get that initial speed hit and don't get a follow-up. So last week was a heck of a week. This week, not so great. Blue mods, there's nothing to work on. Move on to purples and golds. We do get offense triangle here with a protection main stat. Again, not ideal. 14 speed, we'll keep it, but we won't keep slicing it. Here we get another offense arrow with health main stat, and same thing. We'll leave that for later. If we use it, we'll slice it up then. In Datacrons, I spend the first week unlocking Conquest through Zone 4. I'm not spending 100 cost refreshes on Conquest, so that means that in the first week almost all my energy goes to unlocking Conquest, and I don't get a whole lot done here. I'm trying to develop a protection Datacron. I want to get 1 or 2 Datacrons with a bunch of protection stats on them so that I can use them with my Jedi Knight Luke team, or my Jedi Master Luke team, or my gas team, or teams like that want protection. But not a whole lot of progress on the Datacron front this week. Next week I'll have, my main focus will be on building more Datacrons, and we'll keep chipping away at trying to get that Grand Inquisitor Datacron or another Aligned Force user Datacron like that. Account status, we brought our galactic power up to 10.43, added 30,000. Relics are at 196. Added 2 this week. Zetas are 172. Omicron's 36. The mod scores look funny. We didn't get much progress on mods, and just due to remodding some characters, it ends up I lost a little bit of score, and it looks like I'm -1 speed on my 25 plus speed mods, but that's just because of, it's analyzing what's on your characters. So here's the mod analysis for the week, from both the Omega standpoint as well as just seeing the number of mods. Next week's farming plan is the same. We're going to farm Dark Trooper, Enoch twice a day, and Shin Hati. Fleet energy, we're grabbing materials. We're going to talk about what materials I'm grabbing in a second. Cantina, we're just getting signal data, mod energy, 4 on slicing, 3 days a week on mod, farming mods. The refresh strategy is the same, 3 mod, 3 energy, 3 fleet, 3 cantina. We do an extra refresh on regular energy to keep up on Kairos. And then right now I'm just doing 3 refreshes on Conquest. We marked off 2 on the relic priority list with Night Trooper and Kyle Katarn. We'll work on Luthen next. In terms of my fleet energy, so if I look at the cost of the Gyrda keypads in Raid Token 3 currency, it's $17.55 for 3, so it's almost $1,800 for 3. Arrow magnifiers are pretty expensive at $600 for 3. And then Zinbittle cards, you can see, are very reasonable at $375. And then I think the Electrium conductors are like $300. So when you look at these keypads, they're not in line with what they should cost. Now, the impulse detectors are also pretty expensive, but the materials that you would have to use to make them are also quite expensive in terms of efficiency. So I don't mind buying the impulse detectors, but these keypads, I really can't justify buying them out of the shop for this much Raid Token 3 currency. Buying that limits the amount of Relic 7s that I can do because it reduces the amount of Zinbittle cards, Electrium conductors that I could buy otherwise. So I don't want to have to buy those keypads. So what I've been doing is I've been using my fleet energy to farm Mark 12 furnaces. It's a pretty efficient node. There's a bunch of stuff on this node that's useful. So I don't mind farming the node. And with the cost of the, let's say, the 360 cost pieces in the shard shop, I've been able to get enough shard shop currency and make enough purchases out of that shop that I have enough purple materials for relicking. Got about 200 of each of those in the bank. And I do have to farm those occasionally. But overall, I'm able to keep up right now with the purchases out of the shard shop, which frees up my fleet energy to be able to farm these furnaces. The conversion rate of the furnaces to keypads doesn't seem all that good. Here you see that I'm using 220 of them, and I'm only making 17 of the keypads. But the thing is, I farm those up over the course of a couple weeks. I make the keypads that I need to get characters to Relic 9 for the journey, and I free up all the currency that I need to buy the other stuff for the Relic 7s. So in that way, it's kind of an efficiency thing, not in terms of maybe making the absolute best use of your crystals, but in terms of making the best use of the timeline. So if you use your crystals to farm the materials here, to convert them to keypads, that will allow you to focus other materials with your Raid Token 3, and it's the most efficient timeline. Maybe that'll help some people, maybe it won't, but that's what I'm doing on my account to try to sort of min-max the output of the materials with the time that I have. I will also say, just in general, for people who have bought the pass, be careful of your progress. If you finish up that track for the new shop with the pass, you can get all the way to the end, and this is going to last for 4 weeks, and you will see 4 shops. So if you start to build up too much in your savings, you haven't bought things out of the shop, you don't want to go over your 30,000, you can leave materials on the track until you see that 4th shop. So right now the Loquitur account is potentially on track to finish that whole reward track on the 3rd week. So I'm going to leave some nodes up on there so that when the 4th shop hits, I can spend, and then I can go in and claim my last few rewards off the track. So just something else to keep an eye out for people who did buy the pass. Be careful, and you may not want to claim all of your currency off that track until the 4th shop is open. Otherwise, you might miss the opportunity to buy the key things that you want in that 4th shop. That's going to wrap up the week 214 update for the Darth Loquitur account. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit the like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel to see more stuff like this in the future. And of course, join us over on Discord. It's a nice place for new players, mid-game players to talk about the game, get advice. And there's an Ask Loquitur channel. You can ask questions from me directly, and I'll get you some advice when I get the opportunity. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next Holocron.